Today was great. I was called by the IRS, well, a scammer, and they told me that I owed money. And I asked to speak to a supervisor, and I thought it was very interesting that everybody in the office that I spoke to 3 people, they all had accents from India. And anyways, so they were telling me that I had a case number and that I'm being prosecuted for tax evasion, that they sent me 2 letters in the mail, and I never received them. I asked for this person's name. He said it was James Hilson, and that his number was 001288. And I asked to speak to his superior, and he gave me her name, Eva Adams, and their phone number, 904-638-3781, extension 191. They made it sound so legit. Funny thing is I called back an hour and a half, and that number is no longer in service. Kind of interesting. So they said that the scrutinizing department was reviewing my taxes for the past 5 years, and they found a discrepancy on my D7 form. I don't know what a D7 form is. Anyway, so I kept asking about that. What's a D7 form? He couldn't answer. He told me that I owed $3,892.56. That was the principal. And it was going to be more with all the fees for interest, attorney fees, whatever. Anyways, I asked for an address, and they gave me 410 Banbury Court, Florida, 30661. Kind of funny, they left off the city. And anyways, when I was talking to the supervisor, I asked, how can I resolve this? And she said, well, what you need to do is you need to go to the bank. You have to stay on the phone. And she was asking me, how far is the bank? And I said, about 10 minutes. And she said, okay, well, whatever you do, don't disconnect this call because it's a federal call and it will be a breach of federal protocol, I guess. And so I said, well, okay. Then she went on to ask, how much battery life do I have in my phone? And I was like, well, I have a full battery, but the problem is I'm on my home phone, not on my cell phone. She said, oh, okay, well, you cannot hang up. So give me your cell phone number and I'll call that. So I said, okay. So I gave her my cell phone number, and sure enough, I got a call from another Indian person on the other line. And so I was supposed to stay on the line with them. Anyways, then she proceeded to ask, how long will it take to get to the bank? Once I get to the bank, I got to get the cash and get a voucher. And then give her my zip code. And then she can lead me to, or give me the directions to a place where I can send the money. So I thought that was very interesting. Meanwhile, as I'm saying, well, I got kids, so I need to get them in the car. She said, okay. She was adamant, do not put me on hold or mute. Well, okay, I won't. But in the meantime, on the other line, I called the police department. Sure enough, it was a total scam. It was great. So I knew it was a scam from the beginning. I just had to verify. And I did because they threatened to, if I did not do what was asked, that they would call the police, and a warrant would be out for my arrest, and I would be detained and in jail for 72 hours as they get ready to prepare my case and prosecute me. Very interesting. Anyways, they just made it sound so adamant and so realistic. It was crazy. So when I got back on the line and I called her out on it and said, you know, Jasmine, this is a fake call. This is a scam. I don't know how you can live with yourself. All of a sudden, the line was bad, the connection. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I could hear her fine. She could hear me fine. Anyways, just be aware of these scammers. They're getting sophisticated, but the IRS will never, ever call you by phone. It's crazy. Kind of made my day to get woken up that way and deal with a criminal, if you will, an imposter. Anyways, I hope this helped and that you'll be more savvy or more aware when these scammers try to call you pretending or posing to be as the IRS. Thanks.